Me, 23, just graduated college, living at home temporarily, saving money before getting my own place. Always been close with my family. Mom, dad, younger brother. Normal suburban life. Dad's always been the strong one. Firefighter for 28 years. The guy everyone calls when they need help. Never complains, never shows weakness. That's just who he is, or was. First sign something's wrong comes in subtle ways. He's always been an early riser. 5 a.m., like clockwork. Coffee, newspaper, ready for the day. Start noticing he's sleeping later. 6 a.m., then 7, then 8. Mom mentions it at breakfast one day. Your father's been so tired lately. Maybe he's just getting older, letting himself rest. He's 52. Not that old, but I don't think much of it. Week later, home for dinner. Dad barely touches his food. Just pushes it around his plate. You okay, Dad? Fine, just not hungry. He loves Mom's cooking. Always has seconds. This is weird. Mom and I exchange looks. But we don't push. Month passes. Changes are more obvious now. Dad's workshop in the garage used to be his sanctuary. Every weekend, building something, fixing something. Now the door stays closed. Tools gathering dust. Walk past one day, peek inside. Everything's exactly where it was months ago. Half-finished birdhouse on the workbench. Like time stopped. Dad, you gonna finish that birdhouse? Maybe later. Later never comes. His friends stop coming by. Used to have his fire station buddies over for football. Loud, laughing, talking over each other. Now, when they call, he doesn't answer. Tell them I'm busy, he says. He's not busy. He's sitting in his recliner, staring at the TV. Not really watching it, just staring. Mom's worried now. Really worried. Talks to me in the kitchen while Dad's in the other room. I don't know what's wrong with him. He won't talk to me. Says he's fine, but he's not fine. Maybe you should see a doctor? I suggested that. He got angry, said there's nothing wrong with him. First time I've heard about Dad getting angry. He doesn't get angry. He's patient, calm. Always has been. 2 months in. Come home from job hunting. House is quiet. Dad's car is in the driveway, but he's not in his usual spot. Find him in the bedroom. Middle of the day, curtains closed. Just lying there. Dad, yeah, you okay? Just tired. It's 2 p.m. I know what time it is. His voice is flat. No emotion. Scares me more than anger would. That night, talked to my brother. He's 19, home from community college for the summer. Have you noticed Dad's different? Yeah, he's been weird. Doesn't want to do anything. I asked him to help me with my car. He said, maybe tomorrow. Dad always helps with car stuff. We're both worried, but don't know what to do. Mom finally convinces Dad to see his doctor. Takes weeks of asking. He goes, comes back. What did they say? He ran some tests, said I'm fine. Maybe you should see someone else. Someone who specializes in. I'm not seeing a therapist. First time he said it out loud. The thing we're all thinking. But he shuts it down immediately. I'm not weak. I don't need to talk about my feelings. I just need to sleep better. Doctor prescribed sleeping pills. They don't help. Month 3. Dad calls out sick from work. First time in 15 years. Then again the next week. Then the week after that. His captain calls the house. Mom talks to him quietly. Can't hear what they're saying. But she's crying after. Dad's on administrative leave. They're concerned about his ability to do the job. For a firefighter, you have to be sharp. Alert, quick thinking. Dad's none of those things right now. He takes the news without reaction. Just nods. Goes back to bed. It's 11 a.m. Start researching. Depression in men. Symptoms look different than in women. Less crying, more anger. Less sadness, more emptiness. Less talking about it, more isolating. Withdrawal from activities. Changes in sleep. Loss of interest in things they loved. Check, check, check. Dad has all of them. But he won't admit it. Because admitting it means he's weak. And Dad's never been weak. Try to talk to him about it. Gently. Dad, I was reading about depression. I'm not depressed. How do you know? Because I'm not sad. I'm just tired. Depression isn't always sadness. Stop reading things on the internet. Shuts down the conversation. Gets up, goes to his room. It's 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. He used to work 24-hour shifts and come home energized. Now, he can't stay awake during the day. Mom's falling apart too. Trying to hold it together, but I can see the cracks. I don't know how to help him. He won't let me in. I've tried everything. Maybe we need to give him time. It's been 4 months. How much time does he need? She's right. This isn't getting better on its own. Month 5. Dad's lost weight. Not trying to, just not eating. Clothes hang off him. Face looks hollow. He's aged 10 years and 5 months. Mom begs him to see a therapist. Please, for me. If you won't do it for yourself. Ooh, fine. He agrees. But only because Mom's crying. First therapy appointment. He goes alone, comes back after 45 minutes. How was it? Waste of time. Did you talk to them? They asked questions, I answered. There's nothing to talk about. I'm fine. He's not fine. He's so far from fine. Goes to 3 more sessions. Then stops. I'm done with that. It's not helping. Mom doesn't fight him. She's exhausted from fighting. We all are. Month 6. Things get worse. Dad's not showering regularly. Wearing the same clothes for days. Smell of unwashed body fills his recliner. Mom tries to get him to clean up. When's the last time you showered? I don't know. Recently. It's been 4 days. So what? So you need to take care of yourself. Why? That question hangs in the air. Why? Like he can't think of a reason. To take care of himself. That's when I really get scared. My brother stops bringing friends over. Embarrassed to Dad. Ashamed. Feel guilty about it, but can't help it. Why is he like this? I don't know. Why won't he just snap out of it? It doesn't work that way. Well, it should. He's 19 and doesn't understand. Honestly, I barely understand. Start noticing how society treats this. Dad's friends call less. When they do, they ask if he's back to normal yet. Like depression is a cold he should get over. One of them says to Mom, maybe he just needs to man up. Get back to work, that'll fix him. Mom politely ends the call, then cries in the kitchen. Because even his closest friends don't get it. They see it as weakness, as something to overcome with willpower, not as an illness that needs treatment. Start seeing posts on social media. Friends sharing memes about mental health. It's okay to not be okay. Reach out if you're struggling. But they're all about women. All about female depression, female anxiety. When I search for men's mental health, results are sparse. Stigmatized. Comment sections full of, men don't get depressed, they get lazy. Just at the gym, bro. Have you tried not being sad? This is what Dad's facing. This is why he won't get help. Because society tells him he's weak. Tells him real men don't struggle. Real men provide, protect, endure. Real men don't cry. Don't break. Don't need help. Month 7. Dad barely leaves his room. Mom brings him food. He eats maybe half. She's enabling him, I think. But what else can she do? Let him starve? Brother, and I try to get him outside. Dad, let's throw the football. Not today. Dad, wanna watch the game? No. Dad, please, just come sit with us. Well, I'm tired. Always tired. Always empty. One night, can't sleep. Go downstairs for water. Dad's in the kitchen. 2 a.m., sitting in the dark. Dad. He doesn't respond. Walk closer. He's crying. Silently. Tears just streaming down his face. First time I've ever seen him cry. Dad, what's wrong? Everything. First honest answer he's given in 7 months. Sit next to him. Don't know what to say. So I don't say anything. Just sit. After a while, he speaks. I don't know what's wrong with me. I used to be strong. Used to be able to handle anything. Now I can't even get out of bed. You're depressed, Dad. I know. First time he's admitted it. I know, and I don't know how to fix it. I've tried to just push through, like I always do. But this is different. This is inside me. And I can't fight something inside me. He's breaking. Finally breaking. And somehow it feels like progress. You need help. Professional help. Not just 3 therapy sessions. Real treatment. What if it doesn't work? What if I'm just broken? You're not broken. You're sick. And sick people need treatment. He looks at me. Really looks at me. For the first time in months. When did you get so smart? I've always been smart. You just haven't been paying attention. Small smile. Tiny. But there. Next day, Mom calls his doctor. Explains everything. The withdrawal, the isolation, the crying. Doctor refers him to a psychiatrist. Dad agrees to go. Actually agrees. Without fighting. Because he's finally ready. Psychiatrist appointment. Dad's in there for 2 hours. Comes out with prescriptions, antidepressants, anti-anxiety, and a referral to a male therapist who specializes in men's mental health. He said it's major depressive disorder. Has been for months. Said I should have come in sooner, but better late than never. Mom's crying. Happy tears this time. We're going to fix this. It's not going to be quick, but we're going to fix this. Medication takes weeks to work. Doctor warned us. First 2 weeks, nothing. Dad's still in bed most of the day. Still withdrawn. Still empty. But he's taking the pills. Every morning, without fail. That's something. Week 3, tiny changes. He showers without being asked. Sits at the dinner table. Still doesn't eat much, but he's present. Makes eye contact. Week 4, he asks about my job search. First question he's asked anyone in months. How's the job hunt going? Got a few interviews lined up. That's good. I'm sorry I haven't been helping. It's okay, Dad. It's not okay, but I'm going to do better. Week 6, he goes to his workshop. Doesn't build anything. Just stands there looking around. But he went. That's progress. Week 8, he finishes the birdhouse. Takes him 3 days. Used to take him an afternoon. But he finishes it. Hangs it in the backyard. We all watch from the kitchen window. Mom's crying again. Happy tears. Month 3 of treatment. Dad's going to therapy weekly. Actually talking in sessions. Opening up. Says it's hard. Hardest thing he's ever done. Harder than any fire he's fought. Because fighting fires is external. This is internal. And there's no training for this. No protocol. Just honesty and vulnerability. Things firefighters aren't supposed to have. Starts talking to me about it. Not a lot, but some. The therapist asked me why I waited so long. What did you say? That I thought I could handle it. That asking for help meant I was weak. He said that's the thing that gets most men. They'd rather die than admit they're struggling. Pause. Some of them do die. That hits hard. Statistics I've seen. Male suicide is 3 to 4 times higher than female. Not because men are more depressed, but because they don't seek help. Because society tells them not to. Dad continues. He said something interesting. Said men and women probably struggle equally, but women are allowed to talk about it. Men are told to tough it out. So men suffer in silence. Until they can't anymore. Look at my dad. Strong, capable man. Nearly broken by an illness. In a society that told him he couldn't ask for help. Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. For what? That you had to go through this alone. That everyone expected you to just be fine. That's not your fault. I know, but still. Month 4 of treatment. Dad's cleared to return to work. Light duty at first. Administrative stuff, training new recruits. He's nervous. What if they see me differently? What if they think I'm weak? They won't. They might. Then they're wrong. First day back, comes home exhausted. But good exhausted. Purposeful. How was it? Hard but good. Everyone was nice. Too nice like they're walking on eggshells. Give them time. They don't know how to act. Yeah. Week 2 at work, his captain pulls him aside. Tells him he's not the first. 3 other guys on the force have struggled with depression. None of them talked about it. All of them suffered alone. He said we need to do better. Create a culture where it's okay to not be okay. Suggested I talk to the new recruits. Share my story. Are you going to? I think so. Scared though. Scared they'll see me as weak. Month 5. Dad gives a talk to the recruits. About mental health. About his depression. About almost losing everything. Because he wouldn't ask for help. He's nervous, but does it. Comes home different. How'd it go? Good, I think. A few of them came up after. Thanked me. One kid said his dad died by suicide last year. Said he wished his dad had heard something like this. Dad's crying. But different than before. Before was empty. This is purposeful. Cathartic. I think I helped them. You did. Maybe this is part of recovery. Using what I went through to help others. I think it is. Month 6. Dad's still on medication. Still in therapy. Still has bad days. But they're days, not months. He's learning to recognize the signs. When he's slipping. When he needs extra support. And he asks for it now. Doesn't wait until he's drowning. Asks for help when he's just treading water. One night, family dinner. First real one in a year. Everyone's there, everyone's talking. Dad's engaged, laughing. Tells a story from work. Mom's smiling. Brother's relaxed. I'm watching all of it, realizing how close we came to losing this. How close Dad came to giving up. Because he thought asking for help was weakness. After dinner, help Dad with dishes. Can I ask you something? Sure. Are you angry? About what? About how hard it was to get help. About how society treats men's mental health. He's quiet, washing a plate. Yeah, I'm angry. I'm angry it took me so long to admit I needed help. I'm angry my friends told me to man up. I'm angry that there's more resources for women. More acceptance, more understanding. While men are just told to tough it out. But also, hands me the plate to dry. I'm grateful that I finally got help. That my family didn't give up on me. That I'm still here to be angry about it. Because a lot of men aren't. Don't know what to say to that. So I just hug him. He hugs back. Tight. Year later. Dad's doing well. Not perfect, still has struggles. But managing them. Still on medication, still in therapy. But living his life. Working, laughing, building things again. His workshop is full of projects. Birdhouses, shelves, random fixes. Sound of his tools is comforting. Sign that he's still here. Still fighting. Still trying. I'm at coffee with friends. All women all around my age. They're complaining about men. How men have it easy. How they don't face the same struggles women do. Used to agree reflexively. Now I'm quiet. One of them notices, you're not saying anything. Just thinking. About what? About my dad. Tell them the story. Not all of it, but enough. The depression, the isolation. How he almost didn't make it. Because society told him he couldn't be weak. They're quiet when I finish. I didn't know. Most people don't. That's kind of the problem. One friend, Sarah, speaks up. My uncle died by suicide 5 years ago. He never told anyone he was struggling. Just seemed fine one day, gone the next. My family still doesn't talk about it. 2 others share similar stories. Fathers, brothers, uncles. Men who suffered in silence. Who didn't ask for help because they weren't allowed to. Realize this is everywhere. This silent epidemic. Men struggling, not talking about it. Dying alone. While we argue about who has it worse. Start volunteering with Men's Mental Health Org. Helping run support groups. For men struggling with depression. Most of them are like Dad. Strong, capable, used to handling everything. Now falling apart. Ashamed to admit it. One guy, mid-30s construction worker. I feel like less of a man. Because I can't just push through this. See my dad in him. In all of them. You're not less of a man for struggling. You're human. And humans struggle. All of us. Don't know if it helps. But I say it anyway. Because someone needs to. Dad comes to speak at one of the groups. Tells his story. The darkness, the isolation. The slow climb back. Men are crying. Actually crying. In front of each other. Admitting they're not okay. It's powerful. After, one guy approaches Dad. Thank you. I've been thinking about ending it. But hearing you, knowing I'm not alone. Maybe I can get through this. Dad gives him his number. Call me anytime. 3 a.m. doesn't matter. I'm here. That guy calls 2 weeks later. Having a crisis. Dad talks him through it. Convinces him to go to the ER. Saved his life. Maybe not dramatic movie saved. But real life saved. Dad tells me about it later. If I hadn't gone through what I went through, I wouldn't have been able to help him. Wouldn't have understood. Still think it's unfair you had to suffer to help others. Maybe, but it means something now. It's not just suffering, it's purpose. 2 years after Dad's depression started, he's thriving. Not just surviving, thriving. Back to full duty at work. Mentoring younger firefighters. Advocating for mental health in the department. They've implemented new protocols. Mandatory mental health check-ins. Access to counseling. Culture shift toward openness. Dad's part of that. His story made a difference. One evening, sitting on the porch. Just us two. You know what I learned from all this? What? That strength isn't not feeling things. It's feeling them and asking for help. That's harder than any physical challenge. Admitting you can't do it alone. Look at my dad. 52 years old, gray in his beard. Still strong. But different kind of strong. Vulnerable strong. Honest strong. I used to think men had it easy, I admit. I used to think you all just coasted, while women carried emotional weight. I was wrong. You weren't completely wrong. Men do have certain privileges, but this isn't one of them. Being told you can't struggle, can't cry, can't need help. That's not privilege. That's a prison. We sit in silence. Comfortable silence. Not the heavy silence from before. Thanks for saving yourself, I say. Thanks for not giving up on me. Be me, 25 now, working full-time, own apartment, but still visit home regularly. Check on dad, not because he needs it, but because I want to. Every visit, he's in his workshop, or in the kitchen cooking, or outside doing yard work. Living, really living, not just existing. Started a blog about men's mental health. Share dad's story, with his permission. Share other stories. Comments flood in. This is my dad. This is my brother. This is me. Thank you for talking about this. Started to understand. That suffering isn't a competition. That men and women both struggle. Just in different ways. With different expectations. Different stigmas. And we need to talk about all of it. Not rank it. Not compete. Just acknowledge. All of it. Dad texts me article. New study on male suicide rates. Still climbing. We've got work to do. We do. Because men don't have it easy. Not in every way. Not in this way. And pretending they do. Cost lives. Real lives. Lives like dad's. That almost ended. Because he couldn't ask for help. MFW, I thought men just coasted through life. MFW, my dad almost died from an illness no one acknowledged. MFW society tells men to be strong, but punishes them for struggling. MFW, I watched the strongest man I know completely break. MFW, his recovery, taught me more than any gender studies class. MFW male mental health is crisis no one wants to talk about. Still feminist. Still believe women face unique struggles. But also believe men do too. And both deserve compassion. Both deserve help. Both deserve to be seen. Dad's alive because he finally asked for help. Despite everything telling him not to. He's one of the lucky ones. Too many aren't. Too many men die in silence. Because they're not allowed to be anything but strong. That needs to change. All of us need to change it.